Hi chatbox out there. Today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys about what I got to on my day at work prison, and also about yesterday evening. Yesterday evening it was my grandma's birthday meal and it was lovely. We went off to the Mason's Arms and had a lovely carvery, and I had a large carvery, and then had some pudding. I was going to have a black cherry cheesecake, but instead I had crumble because my cousin wanted the black cherry cheesecake and he paid me £1.20, which was the price for his crumble. So we sort of, and I got an easy £1.20. So that was good, and the crumble was delicious. And it was such a lovely time getting to see my cousins and my aunties and uncles and spending time with grandma. And we gave her £1 at my old sister, wait for her. She really loved that. And then we made our way home, and I caught up on the soaps and wrote my journal, and we went off to the shops to get stuff for my lunch for today. And then I slept like a baby. I had such a good night's sleep. I got ready for the day ahead and had a nice refreshing shower, helped wake me up, and had some toast with a cappuccino on to my Facebook Twitter scam. Listened to a bit of music and watched a bit of TV, and then my mum got up. My dad was at work, and so was my older sister and my younger brother, and my younger sister and my younger brother's girlfriend went off to college, and I got myself ready for work placement, and then mum dropped me off to work placement, and I got in and signed in and put my bag and stuff away. And I was working with my boss Simon first thing, and we were taking down a shelf, and you can't really see, but I've got a bit of a mark on under my eye from where a bit of the frame for the shelf, we were taking them out and the bit wouldn't budge, and it was being very stubborn, and I got it out and it came out and hit me in the side of my cheek, on the side of my cheek there. So I had to write in the injury book, and then I went and did some stacking of shelves and had to move everything over, but I got the labels that said the names and prices of the things off, so I didn't know where they went, which place they went. So after that little hiccup, I then, when I moved the things over afterwards, I then moved the labels that were in the front of them and put them in a new place. So that was a good method, and I started doing that. And so I was moving different things onto different shelves and setting up some new displays. Then I went off and I got the coal from the storage room in a trolley and piled it out, and then had to set up a display of the coal and got my hands covered in soot, and it was not very good. And I had to scrub and scrub and scrub just before I had my lunch break, and I got a bit on my forehead from what I, obviously it's quite humid in there, so I gone like that and wiped my head, and so I got a bit on my forehead. So luckily Amanda, one of the girls that works on the tills, pointed it out, so I went and washed it off. Then I went off and had my lunch break, and I went and had my lunch in the staff room and chatted with the colleagues, treated a bit, and called home to say that because tomorrow I've got to have an appointment at the doctor's. I talked to my boss, and he said I was going to be going in at, I start at 10, and I was going to go in at 10, do a bit, and then get picked up at 11:30, and then get taken to the doctor's and get dropped back. But my boss said there's no point in doing that, so I get to have a nice line tomorrow, and I don't have to go until after lunch. So that means I'll be there till 12 till 2. And so instead of doing that this afternoon, I worked until 3 instead. But I told my mum, I called up her home and said how my day was being, and said that I would be finishing at 3 instead of 2 today. But she thought that I meant tomorrow. So of course when it came to my dad picking me up, my dad was there to pick me up, but I was getting picked up later on. So I called him up because he was texting me loads of messages saying where are you and stuff. So I called him out and said that Mum was going to be picking me up later on. So he went home and had a go at her and said, why didn't you tell me? And she then said that she got confused and thought that I meant about tomorrow when I meant today. So she was annoyed with me, but I obviously didn't clarify it enough. But I was having my lunch and then I was in a bit of a rush to get back. And this afternoon I was watering some of the plants and putting some soil and stuff inside the plants. And it was so windy. The sun came out though, so when the wind wasn't too bad, it was nice and warm. And it hammered it down with rain this morning. Thank God I wasn't out there in the rain. I went out there to put some stuff in the bin the other day, and it would be really sunny, and as soon as I went out there it started to hammer it down with rain. Blooming April showers. And so I then finished off doing that, sorting out the flowers and watering that, and then I went off and did some sweeping up and some cleaning up of the flower beds, as some leaves and petals and stuff had got blown onto the flower beds, so I cleaned those off. And then I went off and used the hose to water down some more plants and give them some nutrition. And then it was the end of my shift, and I went off and got my bag and stuff ready, say goodbye to my colleagues and say goodbye to my colleague and mentor George, who I work with quite a lot, as he's not in on Fridays. And I signed out and went to get picked up, and my mum still wasn't there, so I went back in and chatted with one of my colleagues, and then I got my bag and stuff because I put that down to go off to the restaurant to talk to George about something about work placement. And then got out and my mum was there. She texted me saying why, because she was in a hurry. She had to go pick my young sister and she was in a bit of a mood, and we picked her and we listened to songs off my phone on the way there and listened to a bit of Cher and a bit of Five, Let's Dance, such classics. Had a good sing song. And on the way back, Amy was in a bit of a bad mood, my young sister, and we got back home, and my younger brother Josh was waiting in the car in the garage, the parking area, and he had to go in and get chased from being at college, and then he's gone off to the gym. His girlfriend popped in and she's gone off home now. And my younger sister said, someday you'll grow a bone or something like that, something sarky or sassy. And I just laughed, and then that wound her up because I didn't let it get to me, and she just nuts. And I got changed into my comfy clothes. I'm wearing a nice short sleeve striped top and some quarter-length trousers because it's so warm at the moment. You can hear that ice cream flying in the background. I so want an ice cream, but I'm trying to be healthy at the moment. Plus, I don't really have that much money, but hopefully if I save it, I'll be able to get a nice food, because he does the best ice creams. Dom, the ice cream man, has been coming around, parking outside our house for years now. He's watched us from being tiny to grown-ups, and he always does the best ice creams. And I watched some episodes of Will and Grace and Friends and Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother, and I played with my main Peter doll and did some doll photography stuff. I went to my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I had some Nutella toast and a cup of tea, and I watched these Home-Rating Neighbours. And for tea, we're going to be having some pizza. Can't believe it's the last day of the week tomorrow. This week has just flown by. You know what they say, time flies when having fun. I've had such a great week. It's been so much fun. And my mum was saying about if I do get a job at Wyville, that I get like a mobility scooter kind of trike kind of scooter kind of thing. But I will probably end up driving on the wrong side of the road, or anything like that will probably happen, because I'm such a nervous, anxious person when it comes to driving and stuff. I don't think I ever get to drive a rail car, and I don't think I'd want to drive something like that. I'd have to think about it, and if we did get one, I'd have to have a lot of practice and training before I actually got on the roads. And I think if I did get a job there, I'd have to see whoever's on the same shift as me to see if they, because most of them live locally, to see if they'd have to drop me up and back. But who knows? I'm not getting my hopes up. My mum was telling me to kiss up to the boss, but I'm not going to do that because that is cringy. And I have said, I really enjoy doing placement here and stuff to colleagues, and he has been around. But I'm not getting my hopes up, because if I don't, and if I find out that I haven't got a place there, it'll just make the rest of my workplace there really awkward and also really sad and down, because I'll just be feeling gutted. That's why I don't want to enjoy it so much, because if I don't get a job there, I'm going to be devastated, because I absolutely love it there. The staff are great. I love the not knowing what I'm going to be doing next, the spontaneous of all, and I've been doing lots of different things, and it's just been so much fun. And yeah, I always enjoy it. The days just fly by when I'm doing placement there. It's always so much fun doing my placement there, and I love going back to college on Tuesdays, seeing my courseworks and telling them all about how it's been and seeing how their workplace has been as well. This afternoon, my work placement coach or my course leader were supposed to be coming up, but neither of them came, so I guess one of them is going to be coming tomorrow. I'm not sure. They had to keep us in suspense on our toes. So yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow, and I have got a great weekend planned. I'm going to be sorting my blue doctors out, working on my book series, and going off to Child Shots on a massive nature walk, and maybe meeting out with my best mate as well. Hopefully going to be seeing him and going swimming on the Monday if we can. So basically with workplace and college and stuff that sometimes it's hard to meet up. We were supposed to be going to the pub yesterday because that's when we normally go to the pub. We go on Wednesdays because it was my grandma's birthday. We couldn't meet up then. So hopefully we'll meet up Monday or something like that. Have to discuss with him on Facebook. And I watched some dollhouse tour videos, dog collection videos and some dog tutorial stuff, and watched some vlogs and some vines and watched some podcasts and read some fanfic and some vlogs. And I'm now off to go watch some classic Doctor episodes, finish doing some dog vlog stuff and sort my pre-doctors out, and then work on the new chapter to my book. I hope you've all had a great day today. Have a lovely week so far, and have a lovely rest of your week, and have a lovely Friday tomorrow, and I shall see you soon with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.